Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you guys what I do every morning for my makeup routine. So today I'll be featuring the makeup Black Opal. That will be the main focus on this routine. But I'm going to show you some tips on what I use, the products I use, and yeah, let's just get started. So first I start off when I wake up in the morning with wash my face. You can use any cleanser that you like. For me, I use the Soap and Glory thick cleansing wash. It looks like this. I use this bottle to cleanse my face. Super easy, cheap at Target. You can find this product, and I also use this sunscreen in order after I cleanse my face. Super important for you to use sunscreen under your makeup if you did not already know. Make sure you always apply sunscreen before you put your makeup on. I use this one, Super Goop, because it's just easy to apply on. Once you put it on, it like absorbs super fast. Don't even see it on your skin, doesn't leave any white residue or anything. So this one's a really good one that you can get at Sephora, Ulta, one of them. I'll put all the information below. But yeah, that's a good sunscreen to apply when before putting your makeup on. So after I apply the sunscreen, I will then go into applying some water-based water gel. This really hydrates my skin. Summertime, wintertime, any time of the year, I make sure I put this on my skin just because your skin loves water and you want to make sure it's not dried out from cleansing when you just washed your face. So make sure to put some type of water-based like serum to bring that hydration back to your skin. I like this one the best. It's very lightweight and it just works well with my skin. Then after that, I will put on a moisturizer or a primer. So for me, I use the primer Tatcha, I think that's how you pronounce it. I use this one. It works really well. I really like lightweight things that are heavy on my skin doesn't work well because I have a combination of oily and dry skin. So I just make sure that I get a moisturizer, any product that isn't too much and too heavy, and this one works really well. It's very lightweight, very light scented, and it really gets the job done. It helps prime my skin for the makeup. That is pretty much my whole process when applying to my skin in the mornings. It's a really quick process, just dab it on. I already did that today. So my skin is fresh for just putting makeup on. Just want to go over those few things that I put on my face so you guys know how to, or what I do to prep my skin before I apply the makeup. And one more thing that I do before I put any makeup on is I make sure my lips are moisturized. At least before, like after I brush my teeth and everything, I put on some chapstick. This one is from the Body Shop. It's a vitamin E chapstick. I apply that on first and just let it like moisturize and do its thing before I put like a lip gloss or some lipstick on. If I'm wearing that day, I'll like put that on while it's prepping. Then once I put my lipstick on and everything, I'll wipe it off. But while I'm putting my makeup on my face, I will apply that chapstick so it's just doing its thing, making sure it's nice and moisturized, because I don't want the lipstick to look all cracky or dried out. So I do that while I'm putting the makeup on my face. Alright you guys, let's begin. So first I'm going to start with the foundation. I'll be applying this and looking at my mirror, so when I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at the mirror and trying to make sure this looks good on camera. Sometimes it's hard to like do makeup on the camera and also like try to do it and make sure it looks good. But first I'm going to start off with the foundation. Like I said earlier, I'm using Black Opal today for the foundation. The color I'm going to be using is Beautiful Bronze. This works the best with my skin tone, so if you have similar skin tone as me and you want to try this brand out, I would start off with at least Beautiful Bronze. This works pretty well with my color. So I'm gonna go ahead and I just put a couple like strikes down on my cheeks one on my forehead, one down my nose, and then a little on my chin. I've actually found out that like a brush is better than a sponge. I used to use the sponge with the foundation stick, but it just doesn't smear well. Like, it just looks weird on my skin. Using a brush, which I rarely use, I always use a sponge, so that's what I started off with, but it just doesn't work well with the foundation stick. And this is like the first foundation stick that I've used. I usually use liquid foundation, but recently when I got this, I just been falling in love with how natural it makes my skin look and how easy it is for my everyday morning looks, that I just been using this. So I've been getting good use out of this foundation brush because this stick is like the best with the brush. So I would start off with using the brush. If the sponge works best for you, then that's awesome. It doesn't for me, so I don't use it. Tried it multiple times and it just looks weird on my skin. But this smears all of the foundation like very smoothly on my skin, and it just makes it like melt into my skin like butter. So I really like that part to the foundation stick. I always wanted to use a foundation stick, but I never did until I came across this one, and I was like, oh wow, like this works really well. I'm gonna apply a little more some areas where you just kind of need to put a little more at. I just apply a little more in those areas, and then, but I don't use a lot. Like, I really don't use a lot. But I just put in the little corners right here, making sure it gets everywhere. I usually apply it over my eyelids. Very quick and easy. Just get it right here next to my lace front, so it's not like big difference of colors. I'm trying to get all my skin to be one even color, at least to start off with, as an easy, smooth, clean canvas. But yeah, this is what I apply first. And you see how like natural that looks? It looks so natural. Get closer so you guys can see. Like, it looks so natural. I love it. I love how natural this looks on my skin. And that's just the foundation. So I'll put that on, and then I will go ahead and put some powder, because you know my skin does get oily, like in my nose and my forehead, a little bit, just the whole bridge right here gets a little oily, so I'm gonna tame that down with some powder. Today I'm using the Huda Beauty translucent powder, translucent like setting powder, and I'm using the color actually Cinnabon. So I'm using the color Cinnabon. And I just apply that a little bit on the bridge of my nose. Areas where I know that it gets more oily. I don't do it over my whole face, just because I have a combination of oils all over my face. I just put a little bit right here. So I just like tap it down. I just put a little bit right here, the bridge of my nose. I just put a little bit right there, just because I'm about to put some concealer to highlight under my eyes. So like everyday basis, I don't always put the concealer to highlight, but for the most part I do. So I want to show you what I do on a regular. But sometimes if I want it like just like this, because I'm on a rush or something, this is fine too. You really can just go out, put some eyelashes on, a little bit of your eyebrows, light lipstick, and you can go just like this. You can get that simple. That's like the quickest way, but I'm gonna go and do what I normally do on my makeup routine. So I'm using actually another Black Opal product. and this is in the color Truly Topaz. This is another foundation stick. I use the foundation stick as a concealer because it just works really well, and I've been hearing a lot about this color and how well it works and how natural it looks for darker skin complexions. So I tried it out and it really does look really natural on your skin. I really like it. So if you don't want that beat, highlight, bam look, which I usually normally like to do, but on an everyday basis I like to tone it down a little bit, and so this color works really well for that. This is the color, just so you guys know. This is how much comes out. This is the same as the other foundation stick that I put on my face. It actually has a lot in there, so you'll have it for a while. Yeah, this is the color, and I'm about to apply it. So I just go like this a little bit under my eyes, and under the eye, and then a little bit, oh, got it on my lip. Under my chin, just a little bit there, and then I like take the corner and like drag it along my nose a little bit. Just do a little on the bridge of my nose. I don't go too far down. I just go like right there, and then I'll let the rest of it that's right here drag a little down. I'll show you. But this is the color before I rub it in. And with rubbing this in, I also use a brush. I usually use, with the liquid foundations and the liquid concealers, I will use a sponge. That's my go-to, but with these stick foundations, I found that a brush works the best. So keep that in mind if you are trying this out and you use a sponge and it's just not looking the way you want it to look. Try a brush. It'll probably look better for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and just rub this in. And I also put a little bit, like right here. I just put a little bit. Sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do. So today I'm gonna do it. Just have a little bit along there. So sometimes I drag a little bit over the eyes. Just kind of smear it all out, blend it all in. And so this is how it is when I put that on. Now let's go ahead and put some powder on these eyes. So I'm going to use Huda, oh it is Huda. I'm gonna use Huda Beauty again with the highlight to kind of bake a little bit under my eyes. I'm gonna use Kunafa. I'll put all the colors, all the products and the names under, so just in case I'm pronouncing it interesting, but that's how I pronounce it. Kunafa. But this is the color I'm using, and I use a sponge, which I'm going to go get because I took all my sponges away, but I use a sponge to apply this, so give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So I use this sponge, the one that has like a flat end. I like how it is, and then you can turn it over and it's pointy, so I can like get in these creases. So I'm using that to just tame the highlight. And I don't like to bake for long. Like, it's not, I don't even bake actually. I literally just press it in. That's it. Very simple. If I'm going for a beat look or I'm taking pictures for Instagram, I'm going to bake. That's what I usually do, but for like everyday purposes, I don't bake. I just tap this in. Right when I apply it, I tap it in. Nose, everywhere where I put the concealer, I will apply the powder. So that's what I do. Just do that, and that's how you do that. And after that, you're pretty much done with like a big chunk of the look. And then I'll just kind of contour a little bit, just a little bit, because with the everyday look, you don't have to do all that. You can really just do it like this. Like, you can stop at any time when you feel like, okay, I'm not gonna do all that for my everyday look, but this is what I do, and I will put that on, and it's very subtle, and it just contours the way I want it to look, so I apply it. So you can be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna do a little of those things, I'm gonna do this, do that, and that's awesome. At least if you learn something new from this video, that's the goal here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just contour a little bit. I contour with Fenty Beauty Thick Mint, the color. So I will contour with this color. I like how dark, but like a hint of burgundy, mahogany color. I like how that gives me a little warmth to it, so I'll apply that. I'll just do a little bit. Like, I barely tap this. I went boop and just, it is. And sometimes like I won't even do that. Like, I'll just use the residue from like the day before and just do this. So it's really light. So if you're not trying to like do all the extras, just boop. Just literally just rub it in like that. Go from the sideburn down, and that's it. Don't do anything else, because then it's gonna start, you gonna want to do a whole face and you're gonna tap that. Just quick beat, or just very simple everyday look. Then I will spray my face with some setting spray. So I use the Scandinavia setting spray. So I'll go ahead and just spray that on. Let that dry. Put that down. Let it dry. Kind of wave it a little bit. I need to get a fan, a little small fan to just blow. But in the meantime, my hands work. Do that, and then yeah, like I'll do that. And for anything extra, sometimes I kind of just like, I'll do my eyebrows for sure and my eyelashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll talk a little bit after I get back from doing that. So give me 1 second. So I'm back and I did my eyebrows. This was like the fastest I ever did my eyebrows, and they actually came out really good. I've been like struggling lately, I don't know why, with like just making them look super even, and I think I did pretty good today. So my eyebrows are done. I actually wanted to come back on here before I put the eyelashes on, just because I wanted to show you guys just how natural the eyelashes look before I put them on. So you see how my eyelashes are. I'm gonna get closer. See how my eyelashes are, like they're there, but they're not like, you know, super like obvious, like, or seen. So these ones just give a little umph. You can see that like they're not like crazy volume length, but they're just, they have a lot of spaces in between them, and just give a little length. So that's what I go for on my everyday natural looks. I always, I don't know why that lens is flying around, but I like to put these ones on because they give the most natural look. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those on now in the camera so you guys can see the difference between this eye and this eye. So give me 1 second while I apply these. I need to get real close to the mirror so no glue gets in my eye. But put the glue on, just wait a little bit so it can dry. Glue here. Make sure when you put the glue on, you make sure these ends have some glue on it, because that's where it lifts the most, is on the ends. So just put a little extra, not too much, but just a little extra on the ends, just because that's where you may not want to stay down for some reason. So oops. Like that. Sit. And when you put a thin layer, it dries faster, so that's a perk. Not overdoing it with the glue. I've been wanting to try like the eyeliner glue, the 2-in-1. We want to try that just so I can just cook them on, but I haven't tried them yet. Every time I go to the store I see them, I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just wait till like I really need it. I run out of my glue because I don't like having so much of one thing I want to like, but I should probably just get it. Okay, so looks like it's almost dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and start applying this onto my eye. I literally just stick it on with my fingers. That's how I apply my eyelashes. That's how I learned, and you know, from that point I just always do it like this. I can't use tweezers, like it just, it's a hot mess. I have to literally just place it on my eyelid, and it works the best there. So yeah, you see how natural that looks? Like, look at this eye, look at that eye. Very subtle, very subtle, but it just gives you what you need for the everyday look. Like, look, it's not too much. Like, whoa, like, where are you going? Like, it doesn't give you that. It gives you like, oh, like, that could be your eyelash. That's the goal for the everyday look for me. Like, it could be my eyelash. So let's apply the other one. Sometimes the glue gets stuck on my finger and like the eyelash will come with it. You're like, stop. Press that in, make sure it's locked in there. I'll like put it on, make sure it's locked, then I'll like do the other one, and then I'll go back to this one and press it in more, because sometimes I'll be rushing and I won't put it, I'll put it on, but it's not like super locked in until I press it in the second time. Pressing it down and just make sure it's locked in, and that's how I put my eyelashes on, and this is how it looks. These are the brand Kiss, and it's all mine. It's the ones that I got from that line. Really nice. So now I have my eyelashes on, makeup's on, eyebrows done. I usually just go over like my eyelids with just some eyeshadow, and today I'm going to be using Opal, Black Opal, their eyeshadow. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So I'm using the Black Opal True Melon eyeshadow palette. When I saw this, I was like, definitely need this in my life, because yeah, like these are all the colors that I use on a regular. I usually don't use eyeshadow. I would just have my natural, whatever is like the foundation that was on my eyelid, that's usually what I go for, and then that's it. But I've been lately wanting to get into eyeshadows, and I have eyeshadows, but I just don't use them. But I saw this one and I really like it, and because these are the colors that I use on a regular basis. If I do use an eyeshadow, it's going to be a natural color. Very rarely will I have a bright color on my eyes. I love how it looks, but I really like that go-to natural look, so I'm always sticking with the natural colors. They say it's high impact eyeshadow, so it should show up on melon skin. It should better because it's called True Melon. But if you are more of the darker skin, this probably work well on you because it's very high impact. That's the purpose of these eyeshadows. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these. I'm gonna start off with using this one as my base. So apply that, and I kind of just see how things go. Like, I don't ever have a routine of like, oh, I'm gonna use this, like, unless I'm going somewhere like to where I planned it. But most of the time I'll just like, today I'm gonna use that color, today I'm gonna use this color. That's usually what happens. So today I'm gonna use that, and it's you don't see it too much because I picked that one on purpose, the one closest to my skin tone, so it'll be very natural. So see how this is how it looks when it's applied. This is how it is without my eyes, without the eyeshadow on my eyes. See the difference? So I'm just applying a little bit of that on my eyes. Just a little bit of that. I'm gonna make sure I'm not putting it anywhere else. Just put it in the corner of my eye and just drag it along, and then I'll do it on the other side. So I did that. Very simple, natural, and then I'll go in with, let's see, something very simple. I don't want to do too much. I'll just like go in with like this darker color on the outside, and then I'll leave it at that. Cause I was gonna do some glitter, but I'm like, no, it's supposed to be like natural, quick, and that's what I usually will pick. I won't pick the glitter. I'm just thinking about the glitter now because I'm recording it, but typically on an everyday basis I'll probably like use that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that right now. And this is like a dark brown mahogany color, like really beautiful. So I'll use that on the outside of my eyes. Use it on the outside, and then I'm just gonna drag it along a little bit of the crease of my eye. So outside, then drag it across the crease of my eye. And that's it. I'm not doing nothing else. Do the other one. A little bit outside. Like that, and then drag it across the crease of my eye. And then kind of like just blend it in. don't want any harsh lines or anything, so I just kind of blend that in and leave it at that. Make sure this is all blended, just double checking, and we're good. I feel like my eyelash is like super far over compared to the other one. Okay, so that's what I do for my eyeshadow, but I really recommend this palette for you guys, for those that want some melon colors and for it to be high pigmented. This one from Black Opal is like the go-to for everyday, simple, you don't have a lot of colors to choose from and you like that natural look. This one is go-to because these really are the only colors that I use on a regular. I can try to use other ones and I will on an occasion, but for everyday use, this will probably be your best bet if you like that natural look. So I do that, and then after that I could like highlight a little bit of the eyebrows, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that today. Like, this is good, simple, natural, and then I'll just go in with some lipstick. So first I'm gonna wipe off the chapstick that I used earlier. It's been moisturized, so I'm gonna wipe that off so it doesn't interfere with how I want the lipstick to perform. So I wipe that off, make sure it's ready, and then I'm gonna go in with the Black Opal, the color No Filter. I'm using this color today with Black Opal. It's actually a really natural lip color for everyday use. Go to watch. Apply a little bit. It has like a hint of red in it, but it's like more of a brown, natural color. It goes on so smooth, like so smooth. It like just glides on. It's kind of like a chapstick feel, but with color. Like that's how it feels when you just put it on. Just rub it in. And yeah, like these are the lips. I don't need a lip liner. You can apply a lip liner, but you really can just apply that and you're good. And this is the natural look. I'm not gonna really do anything else. You can add, you can take away anything you want. You can add some highlight on the nose, the cheeks, the chin. You can add a little bit of some blush if you want. Yeah, you can add some eyeliner if you want. Like, it really depends. Everyday use, I usually do this, and then sometimes I add eyeliner, sometimes I won't. It really varies, but for the most part, this is my go-to everyday look that I hope you guys enjoyed the video.